Hi everyone, this is Angelique, also known as The Light. Welcome to my channel. Please stop what you're doing, click like on this video, share this video, subscribe, stay a while. If you like narcissistic videos, I have tons of them on this channel because that's what I used to do on this channel. You like chosen one videos, spiritual experiences, and some zodiac videos, then stay a while, okay? Share this video if you feel it's going to help someone. If you want to donate to me to make sure I keep pumping out this content, if you have a request, you can email me for the request at neoangie3000@yahoo.com. If you want to send me a donation, $ the light 777 on Cash App. And if you need to book a phone session, all that information will be in the comment section and in the description bar. If you don't see it, comment at me. I'll reply to you and send you the links, okay? All right, let's get right into it. Sorry if I'm talking so low because I don't know if I said it already. It's about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I don't want to talk so loud. So if you can't hear me too well, plug me into your television or put on your earphones, okay? So let's get into it, chosen ones. You know, when you're the chosen one, yes, there's gonna be tons of people who gonna want to be around you, gonna want to be in your presence, and that's all gravy, right? We love that. Whether sometimes they're negative or positive, we like to be admired because, first of all, we grow up feeling like we're the odd one, we're the black sheep, we're the weird one, right? So, and I think that's why a lot of chosen ones were suckers. We fell for a lot of people during the honeymoon phase because we really felt so awkward growing up, even in adulthood, being around certain people. I know for a long time, I developed this character, I developed this mask. So who I was when I'm behind closed doors at home as a child or as a teenager, I didn't feel like my friends. When I got into my 20s, I already fully developed this mask of who I was going to be, this avatar, okay? Kind of like how the narcissist does. They develop this mask, but they develop a mask to manipulate. We develop a mask to survive, right? So I developed this personality and this mask so nobody would ever find out who I really was, that I had these spiritual gifts, that I can see things, that I was having dreams, that I knew things. I felt so crazy. I felt so weird growing up. And I kind of like harnessed it and covered it up, buried the true Angelique in order to get along with people, feel comfortable with people, feel like a normal child, feel like a normal teenager. In my teen years, that was like the worst because, your hormones is going crazy. That's when you're feeling yourself, your mind is changing, you're developing. And it was tough. It was really, really tough. I gave my mother a hard time with me just busting out, trying to be who I was. But still, I was covering up. I'm a chosen one, right? But anyway, once you embrace being the chosen one, once you have your awakening, once you take off that mask, you're living your truth, you started your healing journey, you started your spiritual journey, you went into religion or you left religion, whatever it may be, whatever you did to be your true self, not wearing that mask, that's when your light can really shine. And there was times where even though you were living, with the mask on, your light is still bright. Okay? Why? Because these demons can see you regardless of if you're faking and fronting. Okay? So when I was in religion, when I was Christian, I was faking and fronting. And I just wanted to be like everyone else and just be just a regular Christian girl and not really live my truth and not use my spiritual gifts, or it's crazy not really want to embrace the blessings that God really wanted to give me. And let me tell you something. I had people running from me. And the more powerful I became, I've had even more people running from me. So a lot of you, even when you try to hide who you are, you're gonna have these demons who you think is not demons running from you. Let me explain more. So when when I noticed more of who I was and I couldn't hide who I was anymore, was when I had pastors running from me. Okay. So I used to hang out with this Jezebel spirit young lady, right? And me and her would talk about spiritual gifts and this and that. And she said to me, you know what, you seem really intuitive. Um, I want to bring you to this church because this pastor wants to talk to me. I said, what do you mean he wants to talk to you? He's trying to date me. And I'm in my head like, this is supposed to be a man of God, and I already knew who she was, believe it or not. I didn't really know the full understanding of what a Jezebel spirit was, but I knew this girl wasn't no girl a pastor should want to be dating, okay? So I was in my head like, how could a pastor want to date this chick? And I know how she's sleeping with 5 people in a week and all this craziness, and I'm like, okay, I gotta go to this church. So me, the Jezebel spirit girl, and her mom, we go to this church. It was a small church. It was like, I don't know if they do this other places, but I live in New York, right? I think I've seen this in the South as well, or maybe they even do this in other countries where they'll buy like a house, like land, and they will have like they would turn the house, instead of it being a house you live in or making it into apartments, they literally turn it into a church. So I guess these particular people bought a house and they turned it into a church. So it was small. So the sanctuary was very small. Somebody fart in there, you gonna hear it and smell it, okay? That's how small this church was. So we go to church, and it was your typical Pentecostal, this type of I don't even know the names of it. This type of minister stood up and they preached, and another minister preached, and this one laid hands, and this did the altar call, and this one did the 4th and the 5th offering calling, and it was crazy, right? Finally, the church service ended, and the pastor's at the front of the church, and he's shaking, the guest, the congregation's hand as they walking out. And, we get up to him, and she's in front. Her mom, what was her mom? I think her mom was in front of me, and I'm behind her mother, right? So he's like, hey, how you doing? How you doing? And he goes, hey, he says to her, like, hey girl. He don't say hey girl, but he's saying hello to her. And he's just smiling at her, and she's shaking his hand, and he's rubbing on her hand, oh so gently. He says hello to her mother. But when he gets to me, it looked like he done seen a freaking ghost. It looked like he seen a ghost. He stopped and he was like, and he put his hand on the Jezebel girl. He said, I'll meet up with y'all later. I'll talk to you later. I gotta go. Doesn't shake my hand. He stops that line right when he looks at me. She notices. Her mom notices, and they're looking at me like, she's like, do you know him? I'm like, I don't know him. We go to the car. So we're going to drop her mom off, and then later on, we're going to meet at a restaurant for lunch. And he was supposed to meet us at this particular restaurant to eat. He did not show up, guys, okay? He did not show up. And me and her were talking about it. She was like, that was so weird. He took one look at you and he just disappeared. And it stuck to me. I was like, why would this guy do this? You got to understand that These manipulators, these demons, these no good people, they see your light. They know who you are. I'm telling you. And a lot of you, you don't have to wear a shirt that says the chosen one. I have spiritual gifts. I work for God. You don't have to wear a t-shirt saying that. These demons can see your spirit from across the room. When you walk in the room, you don't their back can be turned and they can feel you when you walk in the room. It's kind of like when you go in the kitchen, some person's dirty house, right? There's roaches in there, so let the roaches can represent the demons. Soon as you cut that light on, what happened? They go running because they're exposed. And that is exactly how it's done. And this has happened to me multiple times, okay? Multiple times. But when you're not in alignment, when you're not aware of your light, you don't know what it is to be a chosen one. You're not awakened yet. You don't know your spiritual purpose. You're going to end up feeling like there's something wrong with you, okay? I got another pastor story that this happened, because some of you probably will be like, oh, that was just one pastor. No, this happened more than once to me. Again, this time I was dating a friend of mine at the time, and he was going to a Baptist church. Again, in the church. And he wanted me to go to church with him. So I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll go to church with you. But he wanted me to go to prayer meeting, Bible study during the week. So I believe it was like on a Wednesday or Thursday. And I said, okay, cool. So he said, the pastor is going to probably come up to you because you're new. He always comes up to people when they're new, or when we go up to the altar, he might lay hands on you, or he might approach you and talk to you. So I said, okay, cool. So I don't think I met his pastor yet. That's what it was. I didn't meet his pastor yet. So I go to the prayer meeting. You know, everybody's in regular clothing. You know how to dress up for prayer meeting. It's a casual night. It's maybe about 30 people, 30 of us in the room. We're in the sanctuary. Some are sitting on the right hand side, some are sitting on the left hand side. And he tells everyone to come up to the front so he can like pray, you know, over us, right? So we get up there. He's not praying yet. He's like, hi, how you doing? How you doing, sister? How you doing, brother? Guys, when he stopped and looked at me again, the freaking deer in the headlights look. He had a look of fear on his face. It was like that, right? And my friend, the guy I was dating at the time, he noticed it. So I looked at him, he looked at me. We didn't say anything, right? After the prayer meeting, the pastor never spoke to me. He never introduced himself. He never shook my hand. None of that, right? And it's sad because a lot of you who, if you're around people who aren't in alignment, who don't know what's going on, they will think you the demon. Why my pastor looking at you like that? There must be something wrong with you. No. So after the service, he was like, oh my gosh, did you see that? I was like, see what? I didn't know if my friend really picked up on it, and I didn't want to talk about it like that, but I peeped it, right? He was like, something is up. I said, what's going on? He said, yo, I don't know what my pastor sees on you, but I've never seen him look at I've been going to this church for 4 years. I've never seen him look at any new person like that, the way he looked at you tonight. Something is up. He sees something on you, or he knows that you know something's going on. I'm like, oh, thank God he knows I'm not crazy. I'm not the demon. But honestly, what I did see something on his pastor, you know, and then this is nothing against, you know, gay people or anything like that. I do have a couple of gay subscribers. But as you know, according to the word, according to the Bible, when you're Christian, you're not supposed to be homosexual. And I saw the homosexual spirit on this particular pastor, but he is misleading the church and making them think that he was straight, basically. And I told him, I was like, your pastor's gay. And he's actively gay. Like, I can see that this man was engaging. I don't know if he was engaging with men in the church. And it's very common, very, very common. And I do believe God loves everyone, whether you're gay or straight. But I do believe if you are in a religion that is against that particular lifestyle, you should not be living a secret. That's my opinion of it. But that pastor never spoke to me. I actually ended up attending that church for about a year, and then I left because I just couldn't deal with so much of the pastor and everything that was going on in that particular church. And that did make me feel bad back then. Now it is a privilege for me, for people to run away from me, because at least I know, these particular demons can't even stand my light. And it doesn't just happen with pastors or religious people or spiritual people. It can happen with your boss. It can happen with a man or woman that you're interested in, and they run from you because their demons are irritated by your light. Okay, they can't stand to be around you. Their demons be like, nope, we're not playing with this one. He or she is way too powerful for me. And you got to understand, like, that's true. God's protection sometimes God's rejection sometimes is God protection. Okay. And yes, it does get lonely because you're going to have people ghosting you, running from you, giving you the deer in the headlights look. Okay. I got so used to it now. It's just freaking comical. I'll be like, I love it now because it lets me know that my light as the chosen one is shining. I want to hear all of your crazy stories of how a demon ran away from you, or the bad person, a person who did not have good intentions, or someone who thought they was hiding. You cannot hide your spirit. You can't hide your spirit. You can be freaking homeless, but if your light is bright, anyone be able to see that. Okay, this is why animals see it, and this is why children can see it. They can see that purity. Okay, but don't take it as a insult when people literally run away from your light. Okay, it is a compliment to your spirit, to your growth, to your healing, that they're able to see your light. Because once upon a time, you were hanging out with demons. They felt comfortable in your presence. They felt comfortable to sleep with you. Do you know? Also, I will talk about that. I've had men we were about to have sex, and they could not even enter me. Okay? That's going to be another video. That happens as well, where they can't even get inside, and it has nothing to do about their anatomy. Okay? They're like, their spirit, their God is like, you can't touch her. You can't touch him. I'm telling you, that is how powerful when you are a chosen one, when you have a pure spirit, when you are working for God, you're a light worker. People won't even be able to have sex with you. That's happened to me at least 3 times. 3 times where a man couldn't even enter me. Okay, I'm gonna get into that. I think I might tell that story on my Patreon when I create one. But your light sometimes is so bright. You're protected spiritually. People can't stand to be in the same room with you. I had people walk into a party, saw I was there, and said, good night. I forgot something. I gotta go. And walk out the door because I was there. Literally. And people looking like, what the hell is that about? Huh? They can't even be in the same room with you. But pop your collar. That's not your problem. They want to be demonic. They chose the path to be a demon. They chose to be a manipulator. That's their spiritual contract. That's not your spiritual contract. Keep shining your light. And if I don't care if it's just 2, 3 of y'all in the room, that's fine. Okay. So yes, demons are going to run from you. Negative people are going to run from you, and that's okay. All right, chosen ones, keep shining. Don't wear that mask, okay? And live in your truth. All right. Peace and blessings. Don't forget to donate. Don't forget to book your phone sessions. All the information will be below in the comment section and in the description bar. Talk to you soon.